everyone. Welcome to another of our biweekly Fraud Watch Alerts. I'm Carol Brooks-Ball, Director of Digital Media here at AARP Massachusetts.
And I'm Cindy Campbell, Director of Communications for AARP, and we have a very special guest with us today.
We do. We are very pleased to introduce Robin Putnam. Robin is the Research and Special Projects Manager for the Massachusetts Office of Consumer Affairs and Business Regulation. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
We're thrilled.
Yes, yeah, I'm so psyched. You really know your stuff.
I try to. Lots of research.
Yeah.
Robin spends her time researching and trying to raise awareness about scams and things.
I do.
All the time.
I do. I spend a lot of time online and talking to people. I give lots of presentations all over Massachusetts, and you never know what kind of new scam you're going to hear in what town. And it's interesting. It's a little scary, but I think the more we talk about different types of scams, the more we can educate everybody else. Hey, this might be coming to your town soon. So if you get a call that sounds like this, hang up.
Be aware.
Yep,
Be aware.
Exactly.
Absolutely, yes.
So what do you have for us today?
So we were just going to talk a little bit about maybe some phone scams and email scams. We're all getting phone scams, unfortunately. And one of the big things I try to let people know is they're always tempted to say at the very end of whatever spiel, press 9 to be discontinued from this list. I don't think it's a really great idea. If you're pushing 9 to get off of your list, their list, you'll get off of their list, but be put on somebody else's list.
Wow.
Because what you're doing is you're actually verifying your number for that person, right?
You're verifying your number. You're telling a computer system somewhere, we have a live person, let's keep calling.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes with email scams. At the end of the email, please click here to be taken off of our list. Same thing. They're going to take you off of their list, put you on another list. Or, unfortunately, a lot of times it could be malware that they're going to put on your phone, your tablet, your computer. So it's better just to delete the email or put it in your spam box. I like to forward it to the Federal Trade Commission, to their spam department.
Even better.
Just let them know what's going on, kind of crazy emails that are sent. I get a ton of them, so always going to be sent away.
I just wanted to add that back to the phone thing, the most important thing that you can do always, that we're always saying, and it's so hard to do, is don't answer your phone. If you have caller ID, which hopefully you do have, if you don't recognize the number, or even if it's a number, we talked the other day about scammers are now using local exchanges, so it looks like a number that's coming from your town, so you kind of think, maybe I do know this person. But if you don't recognize the number, don't answer.
Yep, absolutely. Just let it go to voicemail. If it really is a legitimate person, fine. Then they'll leave a message for you. If it's someone saying it might be from your bank and they're leaving a message, I'd be very careful to call back the number that they're going to leave.
Right.
Let's
Very
just say
good
they're
point.
calling. We're saying, oh, this is your bank calling.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scams that go along like that because there's so much. Our information's out there, and they'll leave a message or they'll talk to you and be very conversational. Hi, this is Sarah. I'm calling from your bank, whatever bank company. We just wanted to let you know there's some discrepancies in your account. We'd like to send you a new card. Could you verify that the last 4 digits of your social security number is whatever the numbers, and they will find that information. Can you verify that your mother's maiden name is? Oh, and can you verify that your grandmother grew up in this small town in Northern Ireland?
All the security questions that you're answering.
Or information they can get from Ancestry.com.
They can just Google it.
Or public records.
Public records.
You're better off, simply pull your credit card or your debit card out of your wallet and call the 800 number. Call the bank number on that number, and say, I just got this odd call or an odd email. Is there an issue with my accounts? They're going to say one of two things. No. But thank you so much. Thanks for calling. We might kind of monitor your accounts a little bit closer. Or, yes, we were trying to get a hold of you. There are some issues. Thanks for calling us back.
Right.
It's just you never know who's calling. You can't be 100% sure that it really is your bank or the local police department or whomever.
Right. But what's also good too about calling that number on the back of your card is that you are then alerting the bank to potential scam activity that could be used by all of their account holders, right? So maybe then the bank would then send out an email saying, listen, we've heard about this. They're masquerading as this bank, but it's not us. Any questions, please call us at this number. So it's good to let them know what's happening.
Yeah, they'll probably put it on their Facebook page right on the top. They'll put it on their main homepage, on their webpage. Yeah, they want to get it out because they don't want to deal with fraud.
Right.
So if more and more people are calling in to say, hey, I think something doesn't sound right, they want to hear from you because dealing with fraud is not pleasant.
No.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
What else?
Prescription medication, your bottles when you're getting rid of them. It's best not to throw them out or put them in the recycling bin unless you have taken off the whole
The whole label.
The whole label.
Which some people say they soak them off.
You can. I've heard two things. You can either soak them off or use a hairdryer. I've never tried the hairdryer.
Right, because the heat would kind of melt the glue.
Okay.
If you can't get it off, you should get a black security marker. A lot of stores sell them, but make sure
even office supply stores.
Yes, office supply
locally
stores
will sell them.
I bought one for $3.
Right.
You
but
can
you said
get
to make sure it says.
Make sure it says security. Because some black markers, you can still read through them.
Okay.
And if you have a marker like that, black out everything that's on that bottle.
Right.
Okay.
Sometimes there will be scanning barcodes.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't know if a scammer has got a reader. Your doctor's name,
Doctor's
your
name,
number,
the name of the medication, your name, the date of the
what you're taking,
yeah.
and how much of it, phone numbers, all of that information.
I'm going to start doing that today. I have not done that. I'm going to start doing that today.
Yeah.
Because people will
I
love
already
to.
have.
Carol knows all.
No, I just talked to Robin.
People are stealing your health insurance. So
Yeah.
Right,
you just
exactly.
never know. So rather just deal with that specifically and make sure nothing ever happens to it.
Right.
Right.
And what about when a lot of local police departments, to try and fight some of the opioid
yes.
epidemic that we're having, will do a drug collection?
Yes.
What about that?
So I don't know what the policy is for each department. I would think if I was going to go to I live in Milton, I would actually call my department first and say, hey, are you blacking them out? What do you do with them?
Okay.
If you're not sure, you don't want to call the police department, it can be a little unnerving. Just black out all the information before you let it go.
To be safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. And I'm not putting down the police department, but I just don't know what their policies are.
Of course.
Right.
I would just rather say, here, let's just take a marker and get rid of it all. And then at least the
That
drugs,
way you know it's done.
Right.
Right. The
Yeah.
drugs are going to be safe and be safely dealt with, and my information is going to be safely dealt with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great advice.
Other stuff, online things to worry about? That seems like where people are.
Sure. I always just suggest when you're online, when you're doing things, make sure you're always monitoring your accounts. So many people don't.
And by this you mean every credit card you have, every
yes.
month get the statement. Now, of course, a lot of credit cards are now pushing people to go to paperless
Yes.
statements,
Yeah.
which means that you need to go online every
Or
month.
check an
and-
app, something
Right.
like that. Sure.
You can push back. I actually still get paper.
I do too.
I
do too. I have not given
Yeah.
up my right.
I like the
get paper.
I like the physical. Like
you
let's
have to
go
do that
through it. Yeah.
Fight for your right to get paper.
I'd rather pay an extra $5 a month. I mean, it doesn't matter to me because I'm a paper person. But when you go through all of your accounts, look line by line. Is everything that you've purchased really on there? Because sometimes our scammers, if they grab your information, your credit card information, your debit card information, they're not going to go, if they're smart, they're not going to go for a $10,000 shopping spree because they know you're going to notice, your bank will notice.
Right.
But they're going to go for a $2 or $3 little spree just to see
little
if
by
you
little.
knows. And because it's more lucrative for them. They can scam 1,000 people of $2 and make $2,000. But they're not going to go after one person for $2,000 or $3,000 because they know we'll catch it.
Too many red
Right.
flags.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So when your statements come in, just look through them. Just line by line. If anything looks out of the ordinary, call your bank or the credit card company immediately and just let them know, I think something's a little off. Can you explain to me what that is? And they'll go through it and let you know, do you recognize this charge? And they'll tell you what the charge is.
Right.
It's just little things that we can do to monitor our own information. Because so many people don't.
I balance my checkbook the minute I get the statement. I always do.
Yeah.
Right then and there. Because, I don't want to go into the next month not knowing. I have to have everything all balanced so that I
Sure.
understand exactly how much is in my account, which is not a lot, by the way. But there's a little bit in there I need to protect.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, very good. Wow.
Excellent advice.
What other things? You have someone you work with who really handles sort of the business regulation or the home contractor portion,
Yep.
who we may have as a guest coming
Yes.
up soon.
Terrific.
Yes, he should be in your
Tis
next
the
segment.
season for contracting,
yes,
right?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. He'll be coming in to talk about that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Great.
And what other thing do you tell groups? Is just hang up or don't answer the phone? Any other just...
Don't egg, if you have a scammer, and it's pretty obvious if you have a scammer on the phone, don't egg them on. I talk to so many people and they
I
think
have
it's
too.
fun.
They do. They think it's fun to...
So if
play
they're
back
calling
and
on your
forth.
landline, that information you can do a reverse search and find out where you live. If you're going to egg somebody on, you don't know if you're getting a bad apple or what kind of temperament that person is. If you freak this person out and if he wants to be vindictive, he can find out where you live. That's just not safe. I talked to a woman a while back, and she thought it'd be fun to scam the scammer, so she kept him online on the phone for like half an hour, answering all kinds of crazy answers for questions, and it just went on and on and on. And finally, he realized he was getting scammed. So he called her 24 hours a day, all weekend.
Oh my gosh.
And she was so paranoid that by Monday morning, she changed her phone number.
What?
Holy cow.
Oh my gosh.
Because she just didn't feel safe anymore. So
all for trying
if
to-
you know you have a scammer, just hang up.
Yeah, don't engage.
It is not. It's not worth it. You
It's a
don't
waste of
know.
everybody's time. Yeah.
You don't know the
Yeah.
temperament of that person.
Right. No, that's great advice. Keep
Yeah.
everybody safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Robin, thank you. This
You are
has
very
been
welcome.
So
Yeah.
informative.
My pleasure.
And
I hope you come back again soon.
Sure. Absolutely. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
All right.
Excellent.
you.
Thank you so much. It's great to have an expert with us too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi, everybody. We're back. Well, wasn't that terrific with Robin Putnam?
It was amazing.
She really knows her stuff. I mean, this
Yeah.
is what she does full time for the Office of
Right.
Consumer Affairs and Business Regulation. And
Always on the cutting edge of anything that comes in that's new too, which is
Right.
really helpful. Got
Right.
some great tips, great advice, and especially about that prescription that you can black out some of the identifying information. So that's interesting too.
So we will have her back, and we will
Yeah.
also have her colleague Greg on a future show as well.
Right.
So now we've got some other things to
We
warn
do.
people about.
So, Carol, do you have a graduate in your life? Someone who
let's
has
see.
recently graduated?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
My daughter has recently graduated.
Oh,
Yes.
and she's fantastic.
thank
your
you.
daughter.
Well, thank you.
So, did you happen to buy her a gift card at all, Carol?
No, but some people that I know did.
Ah, well, here's something they need to be aware of.
Okay.
Because there's an issue that certain gift cards, if they are accessed by scammers before you get them, could be cloned and therefore could already be used by the time you get there. So here's what's happening. In the store, thieves can remove, you see those gift card kiosks, right? You just go
Absolutely.
up
They're
there
everywhere.
and you pick wherever you like, right? So thieves can go into those kiosks and actually make a copy of the numbers that are on the back of that gift card, right? So
Okay.
you see, when you flip it over, you'll see those numbers. They can make a copy of that and they can clone the card and then activate it on their own online. So oftentimes what happens is you might pick out a gift card from that kiosk, but then you get to the cashier and you find out, oh, well, wait a second, this card has already been used.
Wow.
Right. So here's some advice. The best way to do this is to just go directly to the cashier, as you would anyway, with that gift card and get a receipt. Get a receipt for the amount of money that you paid, the amount of money that is on that card. And when you give that gift card, make sure you give the receipt as well.
As well as the card.
Right. So that
Gotcha,
the person you're
okay.
giving it to can say, well, I can see that we've paid for this, just in case there's an issue down the road.
Makes
They
sense.
may go to use it and find out it's already been used. Because sometimes it doesn't occur at the cashier level. It may occur when you go to use it and find out that somebody's already used it. So keep those receipts.
Good idea. And if you give me any gift cards in the future,
That won't be happening.
I'm on to you.
Oh, I mean, yes, I have many gift cards for you, Carol.
Okay. Now, it's summertime. People are going on vacation. Today is a sunny day. We hope that will last, even though it's been
One in
more
a
like
row.
November lately, even though it is June. But there's something new that's going on calling the front desk scam. And this apparently is taking place when you have checked into a motel or hotel and you get a call at an odd hour from someone saying they are at the front desk and that there has been a problem with your credit card,
Right.
the card you used when you checked in. And they ask you to confirm the card number over the phone. Don't do it. It's a scam. If you have any concerns that it might be valid, all you have to do is hang up and either proceed down to the front desk
Yeah.
or call the front desk directly, which would be the easiest thing to do, especially if it's like 2 o'clock in the morning when they call.
Right. And, that's part of the reason that they can scam people is because sometimes, when you get an unexpected call in the middle of the night, you might be half asleep. You think, oh, wait, would something happen with my credit card? Then, oh, let me just give you the number. I go back to sleep. But that's what they want. They want that person in that sort of confused state of mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Another one that we want to warn you about is calls from debt collectors. There is a rash now of fake debt collectors who are calling to collect on outstanding loans that they say you have in your name. You need to be aware if you don't recognize what the loan is for. Or if you're asked for any sensitive information, or if you receive any threats from the supposed debt collector.
Right.
If you obviously have answered the phone, tell the caller you won't discuss the debt unless they provide a written notice, and this is really critical. It needs to include the debt amount, the name of the creditor, and your rights under the Federal Fair Debt Collections Practices Act. So never give out any information, sensitive, personal, financial, or otherwise, to a debt collector or someone posing to be a
Right.
debt collector calling on the phone.
All needs to be verified, right?
Absolutely.
And to make sure that you do before you give any information. Yeah. So, there's another scam that's going around, and it involves some fake claims about brain-boosting pills, right?
The ones you take?
Well, I take a lot of them, but I think that's why I have such a huge IQ, Carol. It's in the 4 digits, let alone the 3.
She really does, so I can't.
Not true.
Can't make any jokes here.
But these scammers, they are creating fake websites that look like known and trusted news sites, right? They're there to sell you these brain-boosting pills. Sometimes they post bogus articles about the ways that these pills have boosted people's memory and cognition and so forth. But they also contain some fake endorsements from people like Stephen Hawking or Anderson Cooper. Neither, by the way, has endorsed any such product. So if you see anything that says, hey, Stephen Hawking uses this or Anderson Cooper thinks it's great, we already know that that's not true, right? Because we know they have not endorsed. So what happens is the site then links you to the sales page for the pills where you can place an order with your credit card or debit card. The scammers claim the pills will lead to an increase in concentration and memory recall, but there's really no evidence to support these claims, according to the Federal Trade Commission. So it's always a good idea to consult with your doctor before you purchase any kind of a health product, whether it be these brain-boosting pills, vitamins, or anything like that. Check with your doctor first, because certainly a pill is not going to boost brain power in that way.
Exactly. And the
Coffee works, though.
Yeah, right. The only concentration it could probably boost is your concern and concentration on trying to get your money back. And that's the kind of concentration you don't want or need.
Right, you don't want that kind of concentration. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and as always, Carol, what we say to people is make sure that if you have any questions at all, you think you've been scammed, make sure you report this to the AARP Fraud Watch Network, and you also want to report those scams to local law enforcement as well.
Your local police want to hear about these.
They do, because you're often the first line
Right.
for that. So if you tell other people, then they can get the word out, because as we always say, the best defense against a scammer is an educated consumer. So make sure that you do that. Call the Fraud Watch Network hotline at 877-908-3360. And we also have a website for the Fraud Watch Network, too.
There you go.
www.aarp.org/fraudwatchnetwork.
Very well done.
Thanks.
Until next time, folks, stay safe online and on the phone and through the mail.
All right, take care of yourselves. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye.